there were any gold bolts out here, space pirates would have picked them up by now. Let's go home and finish Season 5 of Trick Out My Dropship, huh?
I will remind you that without gold bolts, there is no money for a Space Fix subscription.
Good point. Where to next?
A survey of materials recovered from microdebris along congruent vectors originating in this quadrant indicates a high likelihood of gold bolt production.
Well, that sounds worth checking out.
Might I suggest we align our search along the following criteria?
Hang on a second. The trans-scaling reductive subinverters picked something up. Let's head that way. I bet that's where we'll find the bolts.
We could do that instead.
On the way there, can you make sure our SpaceFlix queue is updated? I'd hate to have to sit through another episode of Horgspleen plus 13.
That ranch is always up to something out there. So now this is how solo play arcade mode works.
Yeah, that's right. So we start you off pretty slowly. Obviously, PlayStation All-Stars is a 4-player game where 4 characters can play all at the same time. But in arcade mode, we start you off in a 1v1 to get you kind of familiar with the way the game works,
gotcha.
Basic systems. And we play around with the match types a little bit. You'll play some kill limit matches and some stock limit matches. You start off with a time match. Yeah, and you'll fight on a bunch of different stages versus a bunch of different characters. Like I said, you will fight your rival. And then it all culminates in that boss battle.
Yes. Who was revealed here on IGN not too long ago, but some people got all pissy about, so we won't mention now by name the boss, Elena Fisher. Anyways, for you, I mean, is the solo play kind of not? And this isn't a knock, a glorified practice. I mean, is the key way to be playing All Stars with people?
We think so. It was one of the earliest ideas behind PlayStation All-Stars, before it was even this 4-player 2D-style fighting game.
Yeah.
Was an opportunity to get a bunch of people together, you know, in a shared space, sitting on the same couch, playing the same game, looking at the same TV, and having fun. And so, for us, definitely the versus mode, where you can just go in with all the characters and set whatever match game rules you want, and just get in and have as much fun as you want, is really the main way that you see the game being played.
Gotcha. Now, it's one of those things, as we watch this game, you're seeing a lot of crazy crap happening.
That's right, yeah.
How did you go about managing all that? You got Sackboy dropping fans, he's putting down pads, Ratchet's got his weapons, his Omni wrench.
There's this giant mauler in the background, wreaking havoc on Parappa Town. Yeah, I think for us, we really embraced kind of the wackiness behind the general premise of, yeah, Ratchet fighting Sackboy in Parappa Town.
Yeah.
You know, and when you don't try to take yourself too seriously, I think you can really just hone in on having fun, and I think that's what a lot of this game represents, just having fun, not taking yourself too seriously, yeah, with your friends.
How hard was the line to walk, though, for it? You know, we talked about, I think it looks like Smash to some people, and then you jump in. And for when I jumped in, it was totally, I had to find my character, you know what I mean? I honed in on Sweet Tooth finally, as I liked how he was balanced, but it's like anything else, right? It's like a Mortal Kombat, it's like a Street Fighter, where I need to know combos, I need to know how this works, I need to know that. Was there concern about that? I mean, maybe you should have gone more general and every character plays similar?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we took some steps. We knew that players were going to come to the game not because they're looking for their next Street Fighter fix. You know, they were coming because they love these characters.
Colin just made a fool of himself, by the way. So wasting a special.
Happens to the best of us. And so we, for instance, in the control scheme, you know, we don't have like fireballs and dragon punches and complex controller motions to perform moves. It's all, you know, up, down, left, or right in combination with a button. So it's really easy to do things in our game. Now, figuring out the right strategy when you're supposed to be doing your moves, and when you're supposed to be performing your features, there's definitely an investment there. And, you know, we find that to be the real sort of heart of fighting games, that strategy and the head-to-head mind games and things like that. But yeah, I think we very much wanted to make a game that had a bit of investment in it, you know, in terms of how you play and how you get better at the game, because we think that's just appropriate, not just for the fans and the brand, but also just really fits our sensibilities.
Now, this is our first time seeing solo play here. What's going on with these levels, 48 to 49 here?
Yeah,